Whoa, is today a Monday or what? I don't know about you, but I was telling you that I feel like I've taken about 15 years off my life after this weekend. Um, but I'm not gonna lie, kind of want to drink tonight to see if my
Of course you do. Megan. When I was your age, I used to be able to do the same thing. Now I gotta take a whole month off after a 5-day bender. Yeah, it's a real problem.
Someone says need another elevator show. Y'all, I was struggling Saturday morning, but I did. I was able to make it work. I don't know why everyone. I think it's because I was in the South. We're in the South, and everyone's real polite here. So everyone just wanted to make sure that I was doing okay and not doing anything weird, just sitting in the hallway of the elevator. But it's okay. Saturday was Saturday, and weirdly, I had a decent weekend. I thought that I would definitely being tanked the whole weekend, but that was not the case. We made it out okay. And then I'm sorry, Kelly, this one stings on you because I believe you had the one, but fucking Marquette with that last minute three. What a savior to my day yesterday. That was like Penn State last week
I
for
will
you.
take that. You know what? I will gladly take the push. They had so many opportunities to cover that game. They looked good and then they looked terrible. So to hit that three at the buzzer, I'm like, you know what? Finally, things are starting to turn. And even though it was a push, I will gladly take it.
Sometimes you gotta take the push and I get the win. That doesn't really happen. Usually you're the one getting the win and I have to deal with the loss or the push, but maybe the gambling gods were looking at.
They need to be nice to me after the January that I had in college basketball, and even the start to February was just so bad.
But hey, we're trucking towards the end of February. You said this was the month that just diminishes the bankroll. But we're about to get into the fantastic month of March. If we're going to be honest, is there anything truly better than March Madness when it comes to sports? I
I
don't.
don't think so. And I kind of got an argument with one of the bench mob guys. I don't remember which one it was now when I said that college football is better than college basketball. And I meant regular season, of course. Like there is nothing better than sitting in the sports book, first round of March Madness, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, drinking, having a great time, head on a swivel because you have 8 or 9 games going at once. You've got action on at least half of those. Well, if you're me anyway. If you're a junkie like everybody else, you've got action on every single one of those. And it's just such a great time of the year. I'm excited. We were talking with our producer, Jack. We've got lots of different places that we may be. I'm going to be in Vegas for a couple of weeks in March. Maybe I'm going to come down and see you in New Orleans. Maybe we're going to go open up a new sports book somewhere else. Got lots going on here.
The Barstool difference is what it is, and I'm excited that we are a part of it. But on that note, let's get to today's games. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I looked at this slate this morning and wasn't I didn't feel it. I wasn't really turned on by today's slate. It didn't really do it for me. If I had the chance, I would not give them a call back. So I will start with that, but it is Making Money Mondays, and if you want, you can go ahead and put in the parlay I have today, which is TCU money line, Baylor money line, and Syracuse money line. Chalky as hell, chalk eating weasel, as Kelly likes to say. But I'll explain all those to you. But first, let's get to the first game on the slate. That's Indiana at Ohio State. And I didn't put it out, but I did get this at 6 on my Barstool Sportsbook. It is now at 7. It's a big game for Ohio State. You're looking for a bounce back after their first win at home of the season, all while trying to stay in the Big Ten combo. And then you are playing an Indiana team that is just a lowly 1-12 ATS on the road. I mean, can this Hoosier team stink any more away from their home court? I don't know. As I said, I did not put it out on my Twitter, so it wasn't an official play by me. Just imagine what my card looks like when I have 15 games in a day, the ones that I also don't put out. So I will say I like the Ohio State side minus the 6, and I might have gotten a little push before I put it in from my homegirl, Kelly. What do you think of this game?
Megan, this is well, there's a lot of things. Let me go back to Saturday. What did I say? I said I like Iowa, but look, at this point in time, this makes me nervous. Can they actually win in Columbus? Not only did they win, they absolutely dominated. Now we're looking at top 25 teams coming off a home loss. Now, those don't happen very often, but when they do, they have been money this year. They have been at a 70+% clip. So I'm looking at the Buckeyes now. I know this isn't a traditional KIV play. Normally, I'd be trying to make a case for the ugly dog. But as Megan said, Indiana not only has been atrocious on the road, they've just been flat atrocious. Their last few games have been so brutal. Outside of the Northwestern game, I guess you could kind of say it was a little close. Wisconsin, Michigan State, Illinois, in the last 3 out of the last 4 games, they've been going through the Big Ten gauntlet. Mm-hmm. Sure, they're 16-9 on the season, but we've seen this downward spiral, and I think it continues again tonight. My only concern about Ohio State is, do they pull themselves up from their proverbial bootstraps? Because they just lost that game on Saturday. Monday, nobody likes Mondays, right? We have to go to work. We're tired. Let's hope the student section shows up, puts that Iowa loss behind them, gets loud, gets rowdy, because this is a perfect prime spot for an Ohio State bounce back.
And I'm with you. I'm on Ohio State, as I said. Not an official play since I didn't put it out, but hey, you heard it here. So if you're listening, it is official, and I can count that win. And if you didn't see it on my card, then I don't have to count it. So we'll just go with that.
Oh, there you go. So if it loses, blame Kelly. I didn't tweet it out. Perfect. I like that. That's a good analogy.
Up next, Baylor at Okie State. Okie State is catching now 5 at home, and they're coming off of a hard-fought OT victory. Meanwhile, Baylor will have some revenge on their mind, as Okie State has already seen and beaten Baylor earlier in the season. I will say that Baylor is a proven road team. I think that they have been beating people by an average of like 17 points. Also, I think this line is indicative of if Cryer and Flagger play. I think if they do, you'll see this line go opposite. So if you want Baylor, I think you bet it now. And we've seen it that they can win games and they can cover even without these guys, right? So I know this one might seem a little fishy, but look, in an underdog role, you have Okie State as 5-9 ATS at home, and then 9-16-1 ATS as an underdog this season. So Okie State as an underdog, not the best guy to back. So I'm going to go ahead, as I put in my tweet, all of my games seem a little trappy, but I'll take the cheese. Give me Baylor. I got them -4.5. They're also in my parlay today on the money line, but they're now at 5, and it's -112 over at the Barstool Sportsbook.
Megan, you absolutely nailed it, and we're going to see it get even lower. So I'd like to preface what you just said. I think you wait. If you like Baylor, let's see if we can't get a 4 out there, because it was 6 when I talked to you about it this morning. You mentioned a really great point, is that this is a revenge spot for Baylor after losing those back-to-back games to Texas Tech, Oklahoma State back in January. And that is something I forgot to touch on this morning when I did my normal show at noon. I am honestly looking at this Baylor team going, okay, does it matter if Cryer is out? Does it matter if Flagler is questionable? Well, it hasn't mattered most of the year, right? They may be 1 point to the line. They may be 1.5 points to the line, but neither guy has been that significant. Yes, Baylor's going to have some depth issues here, but that's why I bet against them on Saturday, because you're laying 12.5. That is just a little bit too many points to a scrappy TCU team. Now, I would put TCU and Oklahoma on similar tiers. I would say TCU is a little bit better than Oklahoma, and by all means, I agree. This is a complete trap line, but the only way I can look towards here is the Bears. My one caveat, and the good news is that they don't play on Wednesday, they play on Saturday, is that KU is on deck for the Baylor Bears. And if you remember, they got absolutely waxed at Allen Fieldhouse. The good news is this shouldn't be looking ahead to that Saturday game just yet, because they just played TCU Saturday. Today is Monday. Fingers crossed. Go Baylor.
Thank you, Kelly. Always good to have you on my side. Up next, we have Georgia Tech at Syracuse, and I took this game at 9. It's now 8.5, and it might even get down to 8. So I'm not loving what's happening to this line right now. But I think, again, this line doesn't reflect it, but I do think this Syracuse team is undervalued. They have plenty of scoring weapons. They're getting in the groove the last couple of games. They're 5-1 ATS. last 5 at home, and 4-1 ATS, last 5 at home, and then 4-1 ATS, and last 5 as a favorite. Look, I think they're getting into tournament form, just kind of how I said about LSU the other day, even though they just showed me that they're still extremely fucking vulnerable. That was a really hard game to watch. Especially I was with some pretty cool guys from LSU, the Balcony Bengals. They're trying to get, LSU student section rowdy, whether it be for the LSU women's team or the men's team. So shout out to them. They were a lot of fun. But unfortunately, I had to watch a loss with them, which they were losing before I got there. There was like 5 minutes left in the game, so I can't blame me. But again, that's another point that I forgot about Georgia Tech. In ACC play, they are absolutely atrocious. Their only win being over Boston College, which I don't think I'm running to the window to bet Boston College right now. I know it seems like a lot of points, but as I said, I think Syracuse is getting in that tournament form, and I like them at the 9. So y'all are getting better numbers than me. Also, I have them in the money line in my parlay. So,
ooh, that's spicy, Megan. Spicy. Ooh, that always scares me. Laying favorites on the money line on the road. Listen, I don't really want any part of Georgia Tech, but I did want to make one correction. They beat Boston College, Florida State, Clemson, and Pittsburgh. They are off that big win over Pittsburgh, 68-62 from Saturday. I normally would be trying to make a case for Georgia Tech here and be like, okay, guess what? Syracuse, this is kind of a flat spot off that Boston College beatdown. They have Notre Dame on deck. What can I make a case for this underdog here, right? But all of those 4 wins I just mentioned, these guys turn right around and lose 2 or 3 games in succession right after. They can't string together wins in succession. This is a terrible offense. I don't think it's going to match up well against Syracuse's defense, which by all means, this isn't the Syracuse defense of the past. Jim Boeheim might want to start working on that so they can get ready for March. But offensively, is Georgia Tech going to be able to run with Syracuse? I don't think they will. 8.5 points is too many points for me to lay with Syracuse on the road, just because I really don't know if I trust this team. I'm not touching Georgia Tech.
I think Syracuse is at home. I will say that.
Did I say that? They are at home. I'm sorry.
I like them in the Courier Dome, correct? Isn't that what
the Courier Dome? Yes, you are correct. So now that money line does not look near as scary.
Not near as scary. See, let's go. All right, up next, Penn State at Maryland, and this one's kind of fishy to me, Kelly. At first, I was looking to play Penn State, the Nittany Lions, but they are just a completely different team when it comes to playing on the road. I am just absolutely passing on this game. No, Miguel Diaz, I will not give you a dog today. I will give you a dog tomorrow. I put out bets every day. Please don't test my brain today. I tried to find a dog. If I was, it would have been Seattle, but I was too scared to play them. However, again, I just don't trust this Penn State team on the road. I need you to tell the people where they should put their money on this game, or maybe if they shouldn't put their money on this game.
I'm not saying I trust Penn State, but I really like this team's defense. We've seen some grit from them. They strung together wins over Michigan State, which was really great, and Minnesota, albeit both at home. They don't play well on the road. But this is a terrible Maryland team that I'm not sure should really be laying this many points at home. They don't really have much of a home court advantage in the Xfinity Center. I just don't trust Maryland. So I have a way of looking at the underdog here in Penn State going, all right, this looks like too many points to me. Can they win outright? And that is what's keeping me going, all right, I'm not 100% sure this team can win outright. I'm going to look at it a little bit further, but there is a very good chance that I'm going to be on Penn State due to recent form. I believe they've covered 5 of their last 6, and I'm going to keep riding it until it loses. And there's your underdog, guys, for the day. Today's card, I'm with Megan. It's not that great. Usually Mondays are star-studded, packed. This Monday, it's kind of like a Monday.
It looks exactly how I'm feeling right now. I'm going to the last game on the card today. I'm scrolling. I'm getting there. We've had a quick show today, so I got some time.
Yeah, you got plenty of time. Listen, it's one of those things until conference play. We're going to see games start to not be, I don't think that great. I got to do a money line parlay for tomorrow, and I was already kind of taking a sneak peek at it, Megan, and I'm going, these are all teams that you like to bet on. Ball State. Rhode Island.
You can do it.
I can't even name players on any of these teams. Oh, I take that back. Texas Tech plays Oklahoma. K-State plays Kansas. Alabama plays Vanderbilt. You just got to scroll down a little bit farther. There's a couple of good teams that play tomorrow. But outside of that, I'm going, oh, cool. I can't wait to bet on the Richmond Spiders.
Hey, no, the Spiders have been covering. You leave them alone. You leave them alone.
I only knew that they've been covering because I have a buddy that follows mid-major schools, and he tweets about them quite often. So they must be on a hell of a run.
The Spiders have been getting the job done. All right, up next, speaking of kind of lackluster, West Virginia at TCU. I didn't tell anybody, but I put a hefty amount on Kansas. I didn't want to piss Rico or Dave or Bob Huggins off. Shout out Bob Huggins, great guy. But West Virginia, man, they have not been the team that they have been in the past. Not on the road, not at home. Maybe they have some stuff going on internally. Maybe everyone's just maybe Mercury in retrograde or something.
I think Taurus is in something. My astrologist just texted me. Don't be afraid about the Taurus moon part. You need to read more about the Leo moon. Okay, so I literally just get that text during the show. If you guys don't know, I'm kind of an astrology buff. It's kind of it's like my favorite thing. And no, I don't use it to help me pick games. I just use it to help me dictate, breaking up with people and moving across the country.
And maybe West Virginia should move across the country because they haven't covered 8 of their last 10 games. I really think this TCU team, we've bet on them a ton this year. I think they're going to get.
TCU's been so good to us, Megan.
They have, and I think they're going to be good to us again tonight, which is now that this is the third leg of the money line parlay. And look, I know West Virginia could definitely pull an upset here, right? They could. But TCU is the more athletic team. They should get all the boards. They just have been playing better basketball. And I think they'll take advantage of home court. Maybe we'll see some threes drop. I do not trust West Virginia right now, and I'm going to continue to trust my gut on that one, and then watch this end up screwing me. But I can't do it. I got TCU minus 3.5. It is now 4 at the Barstool Sportsbook, minus 112. Kel, what do you make of this game?
So I had TCU on Saturday plus 12.5. Did exactly what I needed them to do. Made a nice second half run. Kept it close versus Baylor. Baylor didn't really care that much with a few minutes remaining. Let TCU cut it within 10. I was happy. I will take it. Now, I have bet on TCU a ton, Megan, this year. You mentioned both of us have. In almost every single one of those, I think outside of, was it Kansas State? They were, I believe, an underdog.
Right.
Now we're asking them
to roll scary. I know.
So we're asking them to cover as a favorite against a 14-12 West Virginia team. And by all means, they just got routed in the second half versus KU. I would love to lay it here with TCU. They do have Texas on deck on Wednesday. Is Texas really much of a rivalry for TCU? Probably not in basketball. I'm with you here. I do love this TCU Horned Frogs defense. I think what I might do with a lot of these games in particular is see how the team's playing in the first half. And if I can find something in game that's better, I might be able to look that direction. You were on Wisconsin yesterday, correct?
Yes. And that one, I was scared to take that game. Like I almost did not put.
But that was a scenario when Michigan tied it up mid-second half. I was able to log into the Barstool Sportsbook, put in a bet. I basically got plus money on Wisconsin at home. And I think sometimes that might be the better move for some of these games. Instead of pre-tip, look for them in game. And I think, look, West Virginia is known for their press defensively. We haven't seen much of it this year. I think there could be a little bit of a scoring drought here between the two teams. And if so, I'm going to be looking towards the under, and I'm going to be looking towards the home team, Horned Frogs.
Horny Frogs. The
home
team Horny Frogs. Any other games you want to discuss, Kel? Because as I said, this board I couldn't make it love me today.
I couldn't really either. And when you text me this morning, all these games suck, I had to laugh because I was sitting at my computer thinking the exact same thing. I will have at least one, if not two plays for everybody tonight. Give you guys some good action. But if you haven't noticed, on days where I'm feeling frisky and think I need to force something, i.e. last Thursday and Friday, doesn't go so well. So I may end up only on one game tonight, but we'll be back tomorrow with a 3-team money line parlay. If I can find some dogs barking as soon as those lines come out, I'll get over to our guy Jack and see if we can't hit one of these before March Madness, Megan. We've got 2 weeks left. Basically.
That would be fantastic. But until then, until Kelly cooks up one, make sure you go and bet on every Monday, because I have one for y'all every Monday. Most of the time, they're not as ballsy as Kelly's, but as I said, unit by unit, we build. We don't diminish the bankroll. We're trying to make smart parlays, and we're trying to give you guys smart gambling advice here. This is a gambling show. I think it might be the only one at Barstool. I'm not sure. Just kidding. All right, y'all.
Oh, shots fired on a Monday.
We will be back Wednesday. I won't be here Saturday. Kelly will have a super fun guest, and then Kelly won't be here Monday. So then I'll have a super fun guest. We're trying to make things happen here for you guys. We love you at Money Shots, especially Jake, because you're here. You're our number one fan.
There he is. I'm like, I haven't even seen Jake one time in the comments.
We need
behaving so much better now. I can have the comments actually over to the right part of my screen without completely distracting everything I'm trying to do.
That's one of my problems. It's called ADD. All right, y'all. Have an awesome day. Go bet my parlay. You're my man, Jay. Go bet my parlay.
Don't forget to get some swag. We still have Kicking for Losers shirts out there. We have Money Shot shirts. What else do we have, Megan? Chalky and Weasel shirts, trophy shirts. I've got all sorts of stuff.
Whatever. We have
Joe Burrow shirts. Did you guys ever end up making those?
Which ones?
The ones that we did the photo shoot for.
That I don't know.
Oh, well, I guess we're going to find out. You have to tweet everybody and let them know.
We got to have to. And then, Jack, if there's a model play, let everyone know. Everyone loves Jack. We all love Jack. We all love you. Have a great
Jack's just going to say, take Steph Curry MVP in the All-Star game. Oh, wait, that was last night.
Okay, yeah, forget. Whoops. Yeah, okay, sorry. I don't bet that shit, so that's why I don't know. All right, love you guys. We'll see you Wednesday.